Hello, dear friends. Greetings from Sanya, Algeria. You're welcome to our live broadcast on Allatra TV Middle East. On the platform, the international public movement Allatra was launched a unique project called Creative Society. People from over 180 countries conduct social surveys to find out how people envision a society where they will be happy and living prosperously. Within the framework of the project called Creative Society, there is a theory called the theory of six handshakes, which states that people from all over the world are connected to each other through six connections, and they know each other through six connections. And our today's live conversation will host it together with Anya. Hi, Anya. How are you?
Hello, Sarah. Thank you. And today we have our special young guest from India. It's Kaudinya from from Dun Public School, and Vaijanti Dabole from Lotus Padar Learn School. And we are happy to welcome you, and we are very much inspired by your performance on Students Competition Show. So welcome to our live broadcast.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Before we continue our live streaming, please, dear viewers, leave us your comment at the end of the conversation, which was the most interesting questions to ask our guests. Our guests had wowed us and amazed us during their performance in the student talk show. And I would like to ask them a question. How was the competition, and how did you feel at that moment when you were presenting? And because what I've seen from the competition, you were just yourselves and you were speaking with so much confidence. Tell us a bit what happened, Okay, Vaijanti, please.
It was really very great experience for me. I got a global platform to represent my school. That's it.
I think some little technicals, but Raj, could you please share your feelings about that competition, about conversation?
Yeah, for sure, ma'am. So it was a great experience for me because if at all, it was a great international exposure that every student wanted to share their view, wanted to share his or her view at an international platform. So that was a golden chance for me. And as our India is a diversified country, so there are many people or many competitors I have from different regions. So I have learned a lot from the different competitors about their custom, about their religions, and have also learned that how could I just connect myself with the feeling what they are talking. If I connected with them, or if I connected with the respective jury members, so I have seriously learned a lot from them and from the respective jury panel. So it was a great experience for me.
Thank you. It's really great, and it's really important when we communicate, when we hear each other, we're exchanging some ideas, and it's really wonderful experience for everyone. And I just wanted to ask, as I remember from the speech of Vaijanti, I will ask you first. You were saying that technologies nowadays are helping a lot to make education easier, to make learning easier. And at the same time, I just wanted to ask you about how do you see the importance of education? How, in general, what the main values what education is bringing for us, and how it can help person to feel at the part of the whole society and to help everyone to unite together. How do you see that importance?
I think that education decides our future. And if we have education, we can do anything.
So it's like giving people more opportunities, right, to develop yourself.
Yes.
This is actually very true because education gives you the capacity and the potential to explore your ideas and to explore what you can bring to the table as a person from the domain. And what do you think, how we can use technology in a more effective and proper way? What do you think?
We can use the technology to reduce the use of exhaustible resources. As nowadays we are using the exhaustible resources such as the coal, the petrol, and all the petroleum products. So we can use technology to enhance the use of inexhaustible resources such as the solar energy, wind energy, and water energy.
Thank you, Vaijanti.
Yeah.
And what about you, Raj? What do you think?
Technology definitely play a very vital role for all of us. So it is not only important, but right now the technology become an asset for us. Like we can't imagine our life just before 1 or 2 decades before that if this pandemic could happen just before the 1 or 2 decades, so we can't just imagine what could we do. Like there is no online classes because at that time the technology is not so much advanced. So definitely the technology is just a gift from the very best scientists of the world to us because it rediscovered us, it connected us. Like I have read somewhere that this is the third industrial revolution, and this we call the technological revolution. So the first industrial revolution was on 1750. That was the revolution when the cotton mills were started. Then the supercomputer was invented. That was the second revolution. And this is the third revolution. And this is a great revolution for all of us. We have the upcoming ideas. We have AI. We have an other fourth phase of industrial revolution. So that would be great if we just connected with the technology. So it will definitely enhance us, enhance our knowledge, and enhance our potential to deliver ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raj. And do you know, during the pandemic, technology was so useful.
Yeah.
And what do you think after the pandemic, our communication and social interactions will be like?
Yeah, according to me, the after the pandemic, like what was my topic was that beyond the pandemic, just how the school just build their learning infrastructure. So according to me, there should be a hybrid educational model or hybrid communicational model. Like what we have to do is we have to mix the conventional model with the highly technified technological model. Like what we are studying right now, what we are discussing right now. We are discussing on the online, just online virtual meetings, and in the conventional resources we are just discussing over just face-to-face discussion. So what we have to do, we have to mix it, and we have to make a hybrid educational or communicable model. So that would be so much helpful beyond COVID-19.
Thank you, Raj. What do you think, Vaijanti?
I think that technology can improve our skills, the communication skills.
Yes,
We will learn the new things to interact with the people all around the world, and it will definitely improve our.
yes, and in your speech, Vaijanti, you were saying so nicely, like it should be combined that technology with traditional schools, so it should be some new combination, right?
Yeah.
So it's like opportunity for you all, for us all, to make some new creative decisions to improve our education system.
Yes.
So how do you think what could be implemented to do these improvements?
We know that currently in the schools we are using the bulky and heavier textbooks, which is a quite burden for the students. So we can replace those textbooks by the iPads and the tablets. It will reduce the students. It will reduce the students' tension of howling around a pile of books to search just a single thing. We can carry out the virtual field trips also, which will reduce the school's money also, and it will thus give a best experience for the students.
That is actually very interesting. And, you know, Having the traditional ways of learning and education, it really allows us to be interactive at class, and having technology allows us to be innovative. So what do you think of the new approach of education, of teaching, the teaching process, of innovative and interactive learning and teaching? What do you think of that as a concept?
Yeah, so the
Like during
convention,
this
yeah,
COVID-19,
please, Vaijanti,
Yes,
go ahead.
like during the
Vaijanti, and then
COVID-19
we'll go
pandemic,
to... Thank you. Yes, dear, go ahead.
uh, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we are using the online resources for our study purpose, right?
Yeah.
So we can continue this use of the internet further also, as we know that we can access the study material anywhere and wherever we have the web, so we can use it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very interesting, my dear. What do you think, Raj?
Yeah, so what I have told before, this a hybrid educational model. So the technology is so much helpful for all of us, right? But we can't just forget the conventional face-to-face interaction. We can't just forget the school interaction, the interaction with our teachers. Like there's a famous quote that the future belongs to those who dare to dream. And for me, school is just like a bat who just gave us a sleep to dream the big and to decide our future. So definitely the technology is helpful, but the conventional source, like the conventional theory, is also very important for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, my dears. You had spoken about very interesting points, and I'm so curious to know about your understanding of the use of technology right now, especially that we have some students living in rural areas who do not have access to technology or to education. So, what do you think are the potential solutions to ensure access to education for all students living in rural areas, despite the lack of resources that may refrain them from getting the education? What do you think?
Yeah, so may I go first? Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
sure.
for this issue, I,
Okay.
I think for this
Yes,
issue
yes,
that
start.
government should take a step.
Uh-huh.
Government should take a step to cover this issue, because the students living in rural areas do not have internet connection at all. So
Mm-hmm.
government should do something to make them available. Like
And
they can provide the network to each and every student of the rural areas.
Vaijanti, it's very interesting to point on decision makers and to hold them accountable for their decision. And for you, I want to know from your perspective as a student, you have some classmates who do not have access to internet, who are living in rural areas. So, what is the responsibilities that you give to yourself toward these students, like to help them or to maybe do anything to them, in order to help them get the education in this period of time?
Um, I think that I can support and I can run the awareness programs for the support of these students. I will
Mhm.
surely help them whatever I can do.
Thank you, my dear. It's very important to support each other in this period of time. And when you see that there is someone who's supporting you, who is encouraging you, that's really a very, very positive energy that you're giving other people. Thank you. What about you, Raj? What do you think about solutions for students in rural areas to have access to education in this period of time?
Yeah, so if I talk about my country, India, so there are still 90% students are there who just live in the remote areas. They don't have the connectivity, they don't have the better connectivity at the better connection. So the government has done so much for these students that what they started a live streaming like D2H from the movie, from the just TV. So what
Hmm?
they started the
Hmm.
D2H channels for the particular subject, And if we just take the example of Argentina, so it has started edutech, named one there is a one website named edutech. So they started that website. So it is a direct D2H website which just helps the students who are living in the remote rural areas. So they also get connected to it, and they also get learned from it. So that is a very better option for them, according to me.
Thank you, Raj. And what are your responsibilities as a classmate to support these students who are living in rural areas?
As what we are discussing daily, that physical distancing, but we don't have to create a physical distancing. In place of physical distancing, we have to create a social distance. Means the physical, we have to create a physical distancing, and in place of that, what we have to do is we have to connect emotionally with those people. Like we have to connect with them with phone, or like any possible chances. If we have to connect with them, we surely should connect with them, and we have to motivate them. We have to just make them realize that you are not alone. We all are with you. The whole society is with you. If you don't have the connectivity, don't worry at all. We will teach you. We will just make a peer group, and we will provide you the same structure of study that is not just provided right now. Once the school will open, we will provide you. Like this, we have to just motivate them. So that is a very wonderful option.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to see how responsible you are toward your classmates and toward people who do not have access to education, and how supportive you are. This is very noble. Thank you so much, my dears.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. And it's really important that everyone will feel like he's a part of community, and every student, every person will know like there will always be someone who can get help with education, is with any issue which is coming. And Raj, you are so nicely saying about the future, like education that is which brings us to reach our dreams and so on. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you aspire for? How you see your future? How maybe choosing career or something? What do you just see?
Yeah, so for choosing my aspire, for choosing my dream, I have a long path to travel. Like when I was in fifth class, I decided to be a superhero. That I have watched the superhero movie and I wanted to be a superhero. Then just I thought about for some time that how could I be a superhero? So I must have to go to the Kryptonian planet, or to just adapt that superhero ship. Then I have watched Iron Man, and I really inspired for that. And then I adapted an idea that I have to being a scientist, that I will just invent a armor that could make me a superhero. But right now, by pausing all these dreams, by pausing all these kidding dreams, my focus is on engineering. I want to be an engineer, and more than that, I want to be a perfect, ideal citizen of my country, of the whole world. I want to be a ideal global citizen. I want to be a good person. More than that.
Yes, and it's really very important, first of all, to be a good human, yes, and then with whatever you will be doing, you can always contribute for another people, for the society as a whole, and develop your best talents. And Vaijanti, how about you?
I think that I'm too young to decide my career now.
But what is your vision, maybe?
The first thing that I will surely support an NGO in future. Because seeing the condition of India nowadays, I think that it is very important to support the NGOs and run the awareness programs. And if I want to choose my career, I will surely take up first, I will just take up the hobbies in my mind, and then I will choose the career.
So it's first of all like to develop the best your skills, right? And
Yes.
what you really feel you want to do something better, and just to develop those skills and to pursue such career, right?
Yes.
It's
Thank
very
you.
interesting to see how enthusiastic you are into contributing to your community and that you consider your community as the whole world, as the entire humanity. So I'm really interested in asking you a very important question. This is how do you think you can contribute and add value to your community?
Nowadays in India, the rate of child labor is too much. So I think that I will do something for those children, where in place of they should be in school and learning, but they are just working in the hotels and the factories. So I will do something for them, that they should not be forced to do such things. I can run the awareness programs for them, so they can join the schools and they can learn and they can do something in their future. That's it.
It's very important, my dear, to really help people who need help. And you are really you want to be a voice to these people, and I really encourage you to do that. This is very noble, and I'm so happy to see how engaged you are and how committed you are to your cause. And raising awareness is a very important step to spread ideas
Yes.
about how all people should get access to education, because education is very important. Thank you so much for your very, very noble answer and your very, very noble heart. Thank you. What about you, Raj?
Yeah, ma'am. So I'm a great fan of stand-up comedy, and like what they do after the like at the end, they inspire us for just anything. They inspire us. Like this, I want to do. Like this, I want to create an aroma that in a happy with a happy face, with a happy talking. I want to inspire the public. Like if just I stand on the stage and started talking about the creative society without any happiness or with a sad face, they will say me a boring person or they will don't understand me. But if I'll go with a happy face, if I'll do some of the jokes and if I'll relate myself with that, and if I relate my ideas with that, so that would be so much helpful. And I can express that, and they also understand with while taking so much fun. So that is from my side how I contribute.
Thank you, Raj. I see how expressive you would like to be, and I see how really enthusiastic you are about making humor and just making people smile and spreading happiness. So I really want to know, what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness is a feeling when you expect something and that expectation get over or that expectation wins, then you feel happy. When you just wanted to do something and suddenly that thing happened, then you feel happy. I have read a book, The Secret of the Magic by Rhonda Brand, and it said that the happy people attract the positive energy. So the more you think positive, the more you attract positive, and the more you think negative, the more than 100 times you will attract negative, because in our environment the negative energy is more heavier or more advanced than the positive energy. So what we have to do is we have to think positive, we have to be happy, and the happiness is with us. We have to make a happiness our best friend. That I'll never spare you. I'll never just got you just to go away. You will with me. The happiness is will with me, and the happiness is my best friend. So like this, I put my happiness with me.
Thank you so much, Raj, for this very interesting message. Happiness comes from within. And it's a very interesting point, and I really would love to see you thriving in what you want to achieve.
Thank you.
Yes, and Vaijanti, could you please share what is happiness for you?
I think that happiness is something that gives us a smile. When we want some things and we get it, it gives us happiness.
Yes, and
When we do something for the others, then we get the happiness. So there are many things from which we get the happiness.
Yes, and when we are doing something which we really like, yes, like we feel like we want to do something, we want to create something, some new experience, communicate with people, and we are doing that. And this experience usually, like, the more you're sharing with people this happiness, the more you're feeling it yourself. It's very interesting. Thank you.
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask you, how do you envision the creative society? Society in which every person in the world is happy. How do you see that, Vaijanti?
In my opinion, creative society is a knowledgeable society, a prosperous society, a peace-loving society, and a happy society, where there would be no enmity between the people. Everyone would be happy with their work. They do their work by all their efforts, where all the people will respect each other's feelings. They will be first the human, where all the people will have the humanity in them. They will do the kindness. They will care to everyone. That's it.
Thank you. It's really beautiful, and when all people first of all respect each other as a human and care about each other, like a family, yes, when we are caring about each
Yes.
other. And Raj, how do you see the creative society in which every person is happy?
Yeah, for me, a creative society is not only a word; it is a phenomena. Like a, a phenomena that could explore the creativity inside a person is what it convert into a creative society. Like all we have, uh, we all are sitting here, or another person, all have a creativity, all have a different talent. So what we have to do is we have to explore that talent. So what I wanted to do is I wanted I want to dream a creative society, a society where everyone have the capacity to just regenerate or to explore their creativity and to use it. Because if once they started using his creativity or her creativity, then definitely they will no need of or they'll no need another person to just help them. They are self capable. So that is my dream for a prosperous creative society.
Thank you, Raj. It's very interesting the points that you had spoken about. Helping one another and caring for one another is very important for building a happy society. And also being innovative and creative is so important for us to thrive as humans. So I'm so curious to know about your vision of how innovation can be an important element in creative society.
Yeah, so I'll start now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the innovation is so much important to make a creative society. Like if we innovate ourselves, first of all, we have to innovate ourselves. Then we are capable to innovate our house. Then we are capable to innovate our friends or peer group. After that, we are capable to innovate or to motivate the whole society. And after that, we are capable to motivate or innovate whole world. So the innovation is so much important. Like this whole world is never at rest. It is all in motion. The innovation also must be in motion. It will not be with only with one person. It should be distributed to every person. Every person have innovation. They have to use it, and they have to make the whole society a more innovative, a more advanced, and a more happy society.
Thank you, Raj. What do you think, my dear?
Creative society is a society full of the creative people. So I think that innovation is too important for this kind of society, because change is important in the nature. And for the change, we need the innovation, innovative ideas. More the innovative ideas, more the creative society will be. So I think that innovation is too important for a creative society to develop.
Thank you. And since you are speaking about creative society and you're speaking about very important aspects, let's just go through the 8 foundations of creative society so you can comment on and choose the foundation that is the most interesting for you. So you may see the foundations on screen. I will read them for you, and then you may choose a foundation and we will explore it even more, okay? So we have, a human is a fundamental unit of society. Humanity is one big family. We have the first foundation, human life, the second, human freedom, the third, human safety, the fourth, transparency and openness of information for all. Can I have it on? Okay. Anya, could you please continue reading them because I can't see them on my
Yes, sure. The next one is creative ideology, and the sixth one, development of personality. The seventh, justice and equality, and the last one is the self-governing society. So could you please share your opinion about these foundations and maybe one of them or all together? Raj, could you please share your opinion?
Yes, ma'am. So my favorite foundation, or the foundation which I'm just interested on, is human freedom. Like, if you are free, then you are capable to do anything. If you are bounded by something, then you are not capable to explore yourself. You are not capable to just relate your idea with the whole of the society, with the rest of the society. So for me, the human freedom is so much important.
Yeah, true. It's very important to have the free thinking in order to be able to express ourselves and think for ourselves. So let's just read human freedom. What does it stand for? We have human freedom. Every human is born with the right to be a human being. All people are born free and equal. Everyone has the right to choose. There can be no one and nothing on earth above a human. His freedom and rights, the implementation of human rights and freedoms must not violate the rights and freedoms of others. So basically, we are free to think, we are free to express ourselves, and our communication should be peace and harmony and in tolerance. What do you think, Vaijanti?
And could you please repeat the question?
Which foundation you find the most interesting for you and that you would like to comment on? We will project them again on screen. We have the 8 foundations. Do you want me to read them for you again, my dear? Okay, let me go through them and then so you can choose the most interesting one for you, okay? Thank you. So we have human life, human freedom, human safety, transparency and openness of information for all, the creative ideology, development of personality, justice and equality, self-governing society.
I think that justice and equality is important because in this kind of society, all the people are not treated equally. So it's too important, justice and equality. Many of the people do not get the justice and they suffer a lot throughout their life. So justice and equality, both are very important.
Thank you, my dear. Let's just go through it to find out what is it exactly. We will read Justice and Equality Foundation. All natural resources belong to humans and are fairly distributed among all people. Monopolization of resources and their irrational use is prohibited. Can we have it projected? I don't know why I don't have it on my screen. If you may please, Anya, continue on reading it.
I think maybe we could just, like it was discussed, like justice and equality, very important. And I'm really agree with you because like, first of all, every person is equal and we need to respect each other, yes? And just, I wanted to add to Raj, your answer, like really freedom is very important. And you, as you were saying before, responsibility is coming along with freedom, right? So it's like they all are coming together and it's very beautiful. I also wanted to ask you, how do you think, how important is it to ask people how do they envision the creative society and how to raise these topics, to talk with people, to ask their opinion. Raj, could you please say how important is it, you think?
This is the foremost, the most important thing, to know the view of different people. At all, just this is not only my creative society or your creative society. This is the society of the whole humanity. So this is so much important to know what the other people just think about the creative society and what are their thoughts about it. And after just knowing the thoughts of the different people from the different customs or countries, we just relate them, we just combine them, and we just make a hybrid model for it. Just we have to make a compatible, collaborative society where everyone is happy. So the opinion of everyone is so much important to make a creative society.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vaijanti, and what do you think?
I think that the people of this era like to live in such a place where all the things are available for them, whatever they like. So it's too important to know how they envision. And every person envisions a different kind of society. So we should take everyone's opinion and then we can merge them equally and then we can make such a society where all will live happily.
Thank you so much. Living in harmony and living happily is very important. And as Raj said, having the free thinking really matters for people. And so I'm really curious also to ask you a question about the role of technology in creative society. What do you think technology will play as a role in creative society? My dear Vajanti.
Creative society is a society full of creative people. So we should use technology to use the innovative ideas to implement in this society. So we can use technology to implement rainwater harvesting. So we can use the rainwater and that it should not get wasted. There are many ways we can use the solar energy instead of using the coal and the petroleum products because they get exhausted after the continuous use. So we should use the technology for such kind of things so we can utilize the inexhaustible resources. That's it.
Mhm. That's very interesting. We can use technology in order to ensure that environment is being protected. And it's very important also to use all of these energies that you had spoken about in order to create sustainability and economical development in a friendly environmental way. Thank you. What about you, Raj? What do you think?
Yes, so according to me, a creative society can build only after when we change our can't into can and our dream into a plan. And a technology just is just like a bridge in the pathway of our dream and of our plan or of our destination. So the technology, as the fourth phase of industrial revolution is coming, it is called the AI revolution, the revolution. So this is the phase of artificial revolution. So we have a huge need of technology right now so that we could develop ourselves. If I just relate today's world with the world of our religious book, like in our Hindu religion, we have just invented the aeroplane just more than thousand years ago, and there was a just machine which was called Pushpak Viman, and it was used by Ravan, the king of Lanka. So it was invented in our religion. According to our religion, it was invented so before. So what we are doing is we are far just declined from our history. We have to just what we have to do is we have to learn from our history. We have to discover more things like what they are discovered more early than us. So we have to compete with our history, not with the human ideology.
Thank you, Raj. It's very interesting, and I'm so happy to see how knowledgeable you are, my dears. And I've seen during your speech that you're so interested in AI. So, can you please tell us a bit about your vision and how we can integrate it in creative society, if that's possible?
Yeah, so I have watched one video about AI that a person has invented a car, AI car that could monitor or that has radar all its bounded, and it could monitor that there is no traffic or there is traffic or not. You no need to move your hand. You no need to touch the steering or handle. It moves automatically. And it was just tested on a person who was 95% blind. So what the AI doing is, it is giving an eye to the blind person. The AI is giving the hand to the handicapped person. And it is just giving a mind to the mental disabled person. So what AI is doing is, AI is giving a helping hand to those person who badly needed it. And if every person just becomes fulfilled with because of this technology, then definitely the creative society will become more prosperous.
Thank you, Raj. And I really recognize in Vaijanti the fact that you really want to help people and you really would like to eradicate child labor and how happy you may be while helping someone. So you are fighting for justice and that's your advocacy. That's what you would like to see in the future. So I would like to ask you how your knowledge is going to help people for establishing justice and humanity.
Um, I will I will use my knowledge to do whatever I can do for these people to gain to help them gain their justice. So I can help them with the I can help them to use the money.
Thank you, my dear. It's very noble from you. I'm really stunned to see two very interesting young people who are speaking about their contribution to the world, who would like to achieve a society of happy people, a society of justice, society with no current issues. Thank you so much. Your answers are so enriching, and I'm very happy, to be able to have this interaction with you today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for your so nice answers. And it's really very interesting to know your opinion. And it was really an enriching conversation. Thank you. And thanks a lot to our viewers for being with us and participating in this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm really happy to see your enthusiasm and your confidence while speaking. So I would like to ask you a final question. Would you like to live in creative society?
Of course, I would like. I have
What is
envisioned the creative society, so I would like to live in such a society. It would be my pleasure to live in such a kind of society.
Yeah, very true, my dear. Society of knowledge, society of happy people, society of peace and human interaction, interacting to each other peacefully. Thank you, my dear. What about you, Raj?
I definitely wanted to be a part of this society, a creative society. As if I talk to you about, I have one niece. She is 7 months old only, and she is so creative because she doesn't know anything about the world, about anything. But she is so creative. I don't know how she can do it, or how I don't know how I can do it when I was so much small. So I want a society where all of us just be a little kid. We just enjoy our life with a smile, and we just explore our creativity by ourselves. So I love to be a part of this type of society.
Thank you. And thank you so much, my dears. When I see your enthusiasm and your confidence and your knowledge, I say that from now to 10 years, we'll be having a very happy world, a world with no issues, a world with peace and tolerance. Thank you so much. It was a very enriching conversation today, and I'm so glad to have you. So please, dear viewers, thank you so much for following us. And if you and your friends would like to participate in our live conversations, please send us your emails to uae@allatraunites.com. To join creative project in the Allatra International Public Movement, please visit our website, allatraunites.com, where you will see the red button join. You only have to fill a very short and easy form and then click on the button join, the red button. As well as on Allatra Unite website, you may find more information about the 8 foundations of Creative Society. So please visit our website and explore the foundations in further details. And you can also participate in our conversation on Allatra Radio. Send us your ideas about Creative Society to info@allatraunites.com. The more you give us your ideas, the more that will help us to build Creative Society in the very in easy way and in the fastest, in the days that are coming. Thank you so much, and please share our videos using 2 hashtags, hashtag Creative Society and hashtag Allatra Unite. Hope to see you really soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.